Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. Is seasonality tracking? Is SPY tracking with seasonality, the 20-year seasonality? I'm gonna go with yes right now, especially after today's movement. It wasn't a big movement, but as you guys can see here, according to seasonality, the week heading into the second half of September is usually a bullish one, okay? Now, remember, guys, I am using the seasonality to track the tendencies of the SPY based on certain time periods, okay? Say that one more time. I'm using this to track the tendencies. I'm not using this as a crystal ball, and I'm not using this to play the price movement, okay? This is just the average of the last 20 years. Every year is different. So some years is going to be below average movement. Some years is going to be above average movement. Some years is going to be average movement. Okay? But what I'm looking at this for is not for the price movement, but for the tendency. What is the tendency? Does SPY usually go up? Does it usually go down? Does it usually chop in this time period? Okay? So the week headed into September, second half of September, excuse me, is usually a bullish one. And we're looking at the daily chart here, and overall, it's still playing out. The week headed into the second half of September, pretty much an up move. What was the low? September 7th, the low was 442.7. Today's high, we got to 451. About a $9 move. It's certainly a below average movement. Kind of disappointing, but it's certainly below average movement. But in my opinion, it's still tracking as far as what the tendency is going. Okay. Now, I didn't make a video yesterday because yesterday was a chop day. It closed, what was it? Tuesday's close was 445.3. Yesterday's close was 446.5. Very close where they closed to each other. It didn't clear any critical levels yesterday, which was the 50 DMA. And it didn't break down any critical support, which was 445.5 and the June high 444 level. I don't like to waste my time. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. I don't want to make a repetitive video just to tell you guys the same thing from the previous video. But today, something happened. Some context. We got some new context. Something that I feel is worth talking about. We recaptured that 50-day moving average. The plan was to be bullish above that. And it worked out pretty well. In the Discord today, what did I write? I wrote for my general lean that my lean is at above 447, 444 low is bulls have a shot at more upside. And I wrote my lean is canceled below 447. So overall, I was telling my Discord members, hey, based on the price action, based on it gapping back above the 50 DMA, let's try to stay bullish as long as above that level. And I think it worked out for a few dollar moves. And it got a few cents shy, about 60 something cents shy of hitting my ultimate target, which was the top of my triangle pattern, which is now at 451.7. That is the 1.618 fib level and also the breakout level of this triangle pattern. So that is a very critical level to watch. And if seasonality wants to play out, if the market maker is going to allow seasonality to continue to play out, which is an up move heading into the second half of September, they're going to have to break that level, 451.7, to put 454, 456.5-ish gap fill, 458, and then the July high at 459.4 in play, okay? So we're going to stay bullish tomorrow. Overall, you see this blue trend line, pretty steep now. But overall, there is support there, around 448.5-ish, and of course the 50 DMA, it's around 447.2, but based on my fib level, I'm going to round it down to 447, all right? 448.5 and 447 are the levels that must defend to keep upside targets or keep the bulls in control. Okay, we could get a pullback or something like that. But if bulls want any chance of breaking out this triangle pattern that I have here, they must stay above 448.5 and the 50 daily moving average. Okay? And of course, above 451.7, I would be bull biased because it's a breakout of my triangle pattern. All right. And of course, the bearish case scenario is if we break back below 448.5, that would be a bearish warning. And then if we break back below the 50 daily moving average, I highly doubt, because we've lost it, we recaptured it, we lost it, we recaptured it. It's been a battle here. But I think if we lose it again, I highly doubt we're going to recapture it, especially with the big September top that's supposed to come. There's a big average, okay, a big average or a big tendency for SPY to drop. I'm talking a massive drop. Look at this. Waterfall style to the downside. Waterfall style to the downside. Possibly coming next week or the week after, guys. Stay prepared. Stay prepared. And how do you stay prepared? You be a sheep. You don't got to get ready if you already ready, guys. Stay sheepish. All right? So, yeah, that's the bull case above, staying above 448.5 and above 447. Follow through. It got to clear 451.7. I mean, there's only so many times it can play defense. Got to play some offense, because otherwise it could get very weak. Signs of weakness, and the bulls can't break it. Like I said, we're going to drop. And the signal to get bearish is below 448.5 and 447. Based on the price action, that will be our signal, our indicator to get short with 445.5 and 444 below. If those levels fail, I'm bearish and I'm favoring a drop all the way down to my triangle support at 440. All right. I do have support here at 442.5-ish, but I'm favoring a drop down to 440. That's just my lean. It would make sense. Come on, we're gonna fill out this pattern. It happens, right? We've seen it happen in the past a lot. Why not? Why wouldn't it happen again? And of course, below 440 would put my white trend line around 439-ish in place. A cluster of support pretty close to each other. But overall, below 439, bears would be fully in control. All right, so let's keep this simple for tomorrow. If season 9 is going to continue to play out, it needs to break out 451.7. Can the bulls do it? If they do, don't argue with the price action and just play it. Get your money. All right? But if we break down those support levels that I give you, look to short. Don't argue with the price action. Get your money. Bill collectors don't care if you get it the bullish way or the bearish way, just as long as you got it. All right? So some possible scenarios that I'm thinking about, okay? If seasonality's been pretty good, all right? As far as catching the tendencies, all right? It's been a below average year. I know it sucks, but it's catching the tendency. So if it continues to follow the tendency, you know, a rejection from the yellow pattern, the yellow triangle pattern, a test there, and then it rejects and make next week bearish, I'd say that tracks with seasonality. If we break out of this triangle pattern next week, this week, like tomorrow we break out, and then a lot of people, oh, we're bullish heading into next week. Next week, I like to see a false breakout setup where it closed above 451.7 on Friday, then maybe Monday or Tuesday we break back below, possibly break down the lower targets, you know, the 50 DMA and all that happy stuff. And then if that happens, I would still consider that tracking with seasonality. All right. Now, the only way I would say is not tracking with seasonality if some way, somehow, SPY stays bullish the rest of September. I would be surprised if that happened. But if that does happen, then in my opinion, that does not track with seasonality. Okay. You guys know the last couple of days we had CPI and PPI. CPI 3.7% came in higher than expected. The core came in as expected. PPI, where's PPI? 1.6% higher than expected. US core PPI came in as expected. As far as the headline one goes, inflation's higher. So it's crazy, right? Market going up on increased inflation, right? That's why I try to tell you guys, don't trade with the news. Trade with the price action, okay? So I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you guys understand the plan for the end of the week and possibly the plan for next week. If not, I'm going to make a weekend video. We're going to reiterate some things and I'm going to hammer some things home, all right? But as of right now, we're going to move on to triple Q, also still within the triangle pattern. Price action very similar to the SPY. Only difference is triple Q never lost the 50 daily moving average. It treated the 50 daily moving average as support and it bounced, okay? So follow through obviously would be to break out 379 tomorrow. My triangle pattern. If it does look too long with 381, there is a gap at 382.2, another gap at 385.7, and then 388 up top. All right, could be bullish if we very bullish if we break out 379. Best way for me to the only time for me to be bearish is when we break down critical support. For me, that is 375.6. As you know, that was a fib level. And of course, the 50 daily moving average, which is around 373-ish. If those levels fail, bearish, 371.3 and the support of my triangle pattern at 368.5 in play. Below 368.5, bears are in control. Don't argue with the price action if that happens. Bears would be in control with 367 in play. And then there is a gap at 364 with 362.5. That's a fib level below that, all right? Dow Jones managed to recapture that 349 level. Congratulations to the bulls. But there needs to be follow through. One cap recapture or one breakout is not enough. One day of breakout is not enough. There needs to be follow through. Follow through for tomorrow will be a recapture of 351 and go test 352.5. That's my triangle pattern. Above 352.5, or better yet, to be safer, 353. I would be bull bias with 354.5, 355.7, 356.6, and 358 in play. If you want to get bearish, got to see it break back below 349, and then my triangle support is at 347 to the 346.5 zone. We'll give it a zone to be safe, but overall below 346.5, bears would be in control with 344, 342.5 in place still, and 340 below that. IWM is trying to break above that 185.6 level. If it does, 188 and 190 and 192 are in play. Above 188, I'll be bull biased because it recaptured my green trend line. To be bearish, it has to get back above 185.6 to be safe. Break down 184 to put 183. It's a cluster of support, but yeah, below 183 I'll definitely be bearish with 181.6, 180 and 178 ish in play. All right, Tesla, this is a 30-minute chart. Let me go to a daily. Look at this, look at this, getting very close, touching one of my fib levels. Interesting stuff here. My fib level, the 38.2 fib level at 277, got very close to testing that today. If that clears 277, that's bullish, guys. Bullish. The up move continues. We've been, Tesla has been consolidating this last couple of weeks. Let's see if it can continue to go up. Breaking 277 will be the trigger to go long, and we'll possibly head up and touch 281. I have a fib level at 285.5, and then the gap fill at 291. All right. Support, critical support is at 270. You guys can see that orange trend line, multi-year trend line. There was a battle there a little bit. We broke out, broke back below, broke out. It was a battle, but today the breakout seems a little stronger. So overall, I can't get bearish unless it break back below 270. Below 270 and especially 268, that's another fib level I got. Tesla would be in false breakout mode. All right, they need some follow through. Right now, bulls are showing follow through, and breaking out 277 tomorrow will be more follow through. But like I said, I can't get bearish unless we break down 270 and 268. Apple. What is it? I don't know if it's trying to form some type of bottom or a W pattern or whatever. But overall, I can't get bullish unless Apple recaptures 178 to put 180.7 and 182 and 185 in play. As of right now, it looks like it's basing. I don't know where it's trying to get to, but I know that 173.5 is critical support. Look like a double bottom here. And to cancel this double bottom, it got to break down 173.5 to put 172, 170, and 167.5-ish in play. NVDA. Let me go to 6-hour chart. I like this 6-hour chart. Had some movement, up and down movement. If you were playing at level to level style like a sheep, no greed, no bias, probably did well with NVDA. But overall, on the bigger picture, it's not looking bearish. The only way I could, it's not looking bullish. The only way I could get bullish on it is one, recapture 457.5 and break out this level at 459.3 is that's a fib level, and 461. All right, break out 461. That was last Thursday's high. Oh my God, today is Thursday. That was today's high around there. So yeah, recapture those levels: 457.5, 459.3, and 461. If those levels can recapture and clear, I would be bullish and favor more upside. But as of right now, it's not looking too bearish. Why do I keep mixing it up? It's not looking too bullish. It's actually looking bearish. All right, there is support at 453, 451.5, and 488.8. If those levels fail, bearish, especially below 488.8, I would favor a test of 442. Of course, there is support around 446.5 and 445, but I would favor a test of 442 if those levels fail, okay? Microsoft, some way, somehow, yesterday it recaptured that 335.5 level. That's a fib level. Today showed some follow through, showing us a doji though. Big green candle followed by a gapped up doji. Ooh, gotta be careful with that. If Microsoft breaks down 335.5, we could have ourselves an evening star pattern or something, which is bearish. So below 335.5, very, very bearish, okay? As of right now, there is support at 338.5 and resistance at 340.5. All right. Above 340.5, look to long. We could go higher. 342.2, 344, and 346.8 would be my targets. Okay. Only bears below 335.5 with 332.5, 331, 329.5, and then back down to 327. Would be in play, okay? Amazon been looking was looking bullish yesterday. Had a nice trade idea on it in the Discord, but it gets me a little nervous when I see a big green candle followed by a doji like that. It looked like an evening star pattern could be forming, and if it does, 143.5 is support. Also 143, so we'll give 143 to 143.5. That's a support zone. We'll make it a zone. But if it fails, guys, I would look to short, okay, with 140.8 in play. Below that level, that's bearish. We probably drop down to 138.6, 137, and 135 would be in play, okay? Only way I wouldn't be bearish is if this potential evening star pattern doesn't form. And to break that, it needs to break above 146. That was close to today's high. Today's high was 145.8, but rounded to 146. I do have a resistant level at 146.7. If that clears, 148.6, 150, 152, and 154 would be in play for me, okay? Google looking bullish. As long as above 138, I'm bullish. If we can clear 139.5 tomorrow, that was today's high. 140.3 or 142 incoming, all right? Can't get bearish unless we break down 138 and 136.5 to put those levels that I've mentioned before in play. 134.8, 134 actually. All right, got a descending triangle pattern here. We're in breakout mode, but breakdown 134, excuse me, will be a breakdown of this descending triangle pattern. All right, so below 134 would be bearish with 132.8, gap fill at 130.6. 129.5 in play with 128 below that, okay? Meta, showing follow through from that breakout of the white trend line finally, and it also cleared 309. As long as above 309, bullish. 313 must clear next to trigger more upside. Possibly up to 315 and 318 with 321-ish above that, okay? Only bearish if we break back below 309. Break back below 309, that's a false breakout based on the fib level. With 305, 301.5-ish, and possibly back down to 297. Netflix, oh my God, beautiful trade. I got levels in Netflix. If anybody was trading Netflix using my level, it was amazing. I didn't personally trade it because I've been focused on NVDA and SPY and stuff. But man, this was a beautiful trade that I wish I caught, but I didn't. So we got to live with it. Broke down. I think the last time we spoke, I mentioned to you guys, let's get bearish on Netflix on the loss of 437.5. We lost that level on Tuesday. Talk about follow through. I hope you guys made a lot of money, whoever traded this. But as of right now, resistant is at 401.6. That's a fib level. If that level can recapture, then maybe, just maybe, we can get some type of bounce, some type of retracement. Maybe back up to 406.5, 410, and a critical fib level at 415.3. All right. Yeah, I gotta get above 41.6. All right, to try to put in some type of bottom, and definitely clearing 406 would be helpful. Otherwise, as long as above 41.6, it's bearish. Next critical support will be 397.5. If that level fails, holy moly, we're going to drop a lot lower. Down to 390, 388.5, maybe 385. Maybe, just maybe, 379.4. I wouldn't put it past Netflix at this point, because that was a crazy move. All right, guys? So above 41.6 and 46, maybe we'll get a retracement. But as long as below, bears are in control. All right? What else I got here? AMD. See, look at it. It's still testing my, a little up move yesterday. But today, look, it rejected from my yellow trend line. Okay? If bears are defending this yellow trend line, it only makes sense if we're going to go down lower. But price action needs to confirm that with a breakdown of 105, 103, and 99.5. Below 99.5, we're going to get a new low. All right? If it's going to keep testing this, I mean, we're basing under this yellow trend line, then got to get that breakout sooner or later. And it needs to be above 108 and 109.2 to put 112.2, 115, 116.2, and 120 in play. I know I said that fast, but I know you guys heard it even faster. All right? Dog pool orders. Holy moly for the SPY. 4.4 billion in premium at 446.5. This is why I love having access to dog pool. I see where the big institutions are going in. Now, if we look on the chart, yesterday's low, close was around 446.5. You'd think these guys entered end of day or something. But if they did, shoo, I'm sure they made a lot of money. All right. 446.5, 4.4 billion in premium. What's another one? 2.2 billion in premium at the 450.3 level. Definitely watch that 450.3 level and that 446.5 level as well. That's where dog pool, that's where institutions are parking their money or enter. I don't know if they exit yet, but those are important levels to them. SPY filter for 500K premiums or above. Bearish. Bullish. Barely bullish for QQQ. Barely bullish. IWM. Bearish. Dow Jones, nothing. Tesla is bullish. Apple is bearish. NVDA is kind of bearish. Not too bearish, but it's kind of bearish. Microsoft, bullish. Amazon is bullish. The big companies are bullish, guys. Google, Alphabet, bullish. Google with the L is bullish. Meta. Guys, the Cheddar Flow server just crashed on Uncle Charters. I don't know what's going on, but it just crashed. It's not working, guys. I'm so sorry that I couldn't cover Meta and AMD and Netflix for you guys. But in the Discord, if you guys want to know, just request it. Let me know. I'll get that info for you guys. But I'm gonna end the video right here. I've been sitting here waiting for 15 minutes now. It's just been like this. Not the first time this happened, but yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for stopping by. Peace.